Hey everybody, great to see you. Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a viewer's request. Rob, one of my viewers, hey Rob, how are you doing? Good to see you. Oh, okay, and everybody else, come along and listen. It's gonna be fun. A great video today. Today, Rob saw my video a couple of videos back on how I discovered the Beatles, and I did a whole talk about that. If you didn't see that, go back a couple of videos and take a look about how I discovered the Beatles. And Rob likes the Beatles and he likes Elvis Presley a lot. Yeah, can't go wrong with Beatles or Elvis. You got two of the best out there, that's for sure, both of them. But for me, I really like Elvis a lot too. Elvis is definitely up there for me. And he wanted to know how I discovered Elvis Presley. So this is kind of my story of how I discovered Elvis Presley. I was kind of a late bloomer, actually, in discovering Elvis. I really kind of knew about him, and I heard the music throughout the 60s and 70s as I got a little bit older. I was born in '62, so I did hear things on the TV about Elvis and different times he gave Cadillacs away to people and stuff like that in the '70s. I remember hearing about that and nightly news and stuff like that, which was great. Um, so I enjoyed all of that, but I was so focused on the Beatles and so into the Beatles that I really didn't start collecting Elvis until I heard the tragic news in 1977 when Elvis Presley died. It was such a shock in America, and I know it was globally all over the world a shock, but I listened to the radio constantly. I listened to TV clips and all that kind of stuff about Elvis. My radio station played Elvis constant, so I started listening to it. So I did not get into Elvis till 1977, till really the day he passed away. But I really enjoyed collecting, and I could go through albums and say, well, this album means this and this album means this, and that's kind of fun to do. But I want to show you some stuff that I have collected. And I pretty much have got all of Elvis's albums. But this album started it off. I didn't know what album to get, but I bought this copy. This album was the first one I got, and nobody had a voice for gospel like Elvis. Elvis did it all. He did blues, he did country, he did rock, he did a little bit of jazzy stuff. He did serious stuff, but his gospel stuff stands alone by itself. And How Great Thou Art, oh my gosh, it'll make the hair stand. Okay. Some of you, it'll make your hair stand up. And I've enjoyed Elvis's music. I've kind of gone the route, like behind me, you probably see my 45s down below here. This whole row down below, can't see them that well, but across are all Elvis. So that's all my Elvis 45s. I've got tons more Elvis 45s to show you as time goes on. I've kind of been showing them, but I need to show more. But I can go through obscure albums and I can go different things. And the big thing for me is now, for the last couple of years, I've been buying the Elvis albums, but I'm trying to buy them original so I can collect the photos with them. So, and that's getting kind of hard, because you start to run out of the ones you do have and the ones you don't have, and, they get to be real pricey and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun collecting those. So I've been going back and buying my albums like this. This is from Flaming Star, where you say, okay, big deal, Flaming Star. But this is the Sears version, or Singer. I don't know where it says Sears. I'm thinking of Sears, a department store here in America. Singer. And there's the photo with it. So, that's kind of neat. And then, like I said, I could go through albums and albums, but that's, then this one, which it doesn't have the black and white photo and the picture of it as well. And I really, really enjoy listening to Elvis bootlegs. This is a great, fantastic bootleg. This is along the lines of songs for you. This is along the lines of the series, and I wish the Beatles did this, and I wish they would release them. Beatles did Unsurpassed Masters as a bootleg series that Yellow Dog did. But see, the cool thing about Elvis is they released the FTD series for Elvis Presley, and I've got a lot of those, and I thoroughly, absolutely enjoy listening to those. And if you have not heard any of those, go on YouTube, not now, after my video, and type in Elvis Presley FTD. And it stands for Follow That Dream, but you just need the letters FTD, and if you haven't heard them. And they're kind of the outtakes, and you hear the guy counting in so Elvis can start his song, and you hear him mess up, and they laugh and all that. And it's just, I can't get enough of those. Those are fantastic, the FTDs. I highly recommend any FTD you can get is terrific. So, okay, back to what I'm talking about. So, I collect Elvis, and I enjoy collecting it just like I like collecting Beatles. So, I collect all kinds of stuff. This is pretty cool, pretty rare. This is an Elvis Presley. This is an original 78. So yeah, look at that. That's really neat. That's a nice piece. But it was fun. I remember hearing Elvis Presley on the radio, like I said earlier. One of the songs I got a kick out of was Suspicious Minds. The song was a big hit. They played it on the radio, and I remember hearing it. But see, DJs who didn't know the song, and it was new at the time, so they're playing a new song on the radio. It's great. As all of you know, my Elvis people, when the song fades, it starts fading out, and the DJs start talking, saying, and that's Elvis Presley's newest song, and then the song comes back in, so it fades back up in. So it was always funny because in the beginning, for the longest time, one of my memories was hearing that mistake by a lot of DJs in doing that. And that was kind of fun, So I got into Elvis in 1977, like I said. I know it's kind of late of getting into Elvis, but I'm full-blown Elvis fan, that's for sure. They always said Elvis and Beatle fans can't mix. Well, yeah, there's a lot of us out there, and I definitely am one that I'm strongly Beatles and strongly Elvis. I've been to Graceland twice, seen lots of Elvis impersonators and stuff like that, and enjoyed them. I grew up in Indianapolis, as a lot of you viewers know, and Elvis Presley, his very last concert was in Indianapolis, Indiana in 1977. My parents wouldn't let me go because actually it was on a school night, and I wanted to go, but they wouldn't let me, which is too bad because that was Elvis's last concert, was in Indianapolis. I've made up for it. I've got the tour program. I've got the actual uncut ticket. Let's see, what else have I got? I've got the DVD of the whole concert, so yeah, I kind of made up for the loss of not seeing him live, but I really wish I did. A good friend of mine saw him in 72 live. And that's just, that would be fantastic. And that's one sad thing I never got to do, was see Elvis Presley live. To show you more fun and rare stuff, this is an uncut Elvis ticket. Those are very cool, very rare tickets that have not been, these were for the concert coming up after the Indianapolis one, but did not happen. So that's kind of neat. So this is kind of my little story of how I got into Elvis, and I still am. Still looking for more Elvis stuff, always collecting Elvis stuff. Like I said, I could show you more albums, but it's basically all the albums. Wow. If I had to pick a favorite Elvis album, I know somebody's going to ask me, well, what's my favorite Elvis album? My thoughts of Elvis and these albums, they change all the time. I mean, I go from Moody Blue to Jailhouse Rock, stuff on that album. Oh gosh, Potluck, and I like Potluck a lot. 500,000 Elvis Fans Can't Be Bad. That's one of my ultimate favorite ones. Clam Bake, believe it or not, I like that one a lot. Viva Las Vegas, there was a FTD one of that. That's tremendous. Again, for some reason, I'm thinking of FTDs a lot right now. But yeah, there's just, I really can't say I've got this album to be my favorite. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint. But I just wanted to say this to you and to share this with you, my little story. I know it's a little long, but I want to end with this. This is probably my rarest and most valuable piece. This is an Elvis Presley signed check for when he bought the buses for when he went on tour. A rare picture I've got of Elvis as well. It's a real photograph of Elvis. But yeah, there's a real check that Elvis signed for the tour buses, and that's pretty darn awesome. I'm really happy to add that to my collection. Thank you, Rob, for inspiring me to do this and do this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I kind of rambled on and just talked about different stuff, but I just kind of thought I'd have fun showing it to you. Be safe out there, everybody. This will end soon, but as we are in the midst of all of this, take care of your loved ones. Take care of the family around you. Take a moment to really enjoy your friends. Might not be able to get together, but start to enjoy what you've got. Start to enjoy the closeness of all of that, and enjoy your friends. Talk to them on the phone. Call a neighbor, make sure they're safe, and check on some of the elderly that you know. Make sure to wash your hands, both of them. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. You guys are awesome. So as I say on my channel, I'm out of here. Take care, everybody. Be safe.